Welcome to What the We are to intellectual stimulation what Lindsay Lohan is to safe and sober driving. Let's get a preview of tonight's show from Timothy Walton from our legal department. Timothy, what do you have in store for tonight's show?
Jim, tonight's episode of What the addresses some really important stories, issues of the day that need to be discussed. First up, a massive story. The TSA stands accused of diligently examining a man's package to determine the likelihood it would explode. Then, discussion of what would constitute an appropriate response to a girlfriend's carping and whining. Take a flying leap? Perhaps. Also, a new reason to visit New Zealand. And, for some, a possible idea for a career change. Back to you, Jim.
Hey, thanks, Timothy. We'll join you at the end of the show. Hey, let's meet tonight's guest, also known as tomorrow's suspect lineup. In the far chair, she's professional photographer Judy Jones. She's so sweet, cavities call her mom. In the middle chair, it's nurse and member of the comedy troupe, the Suburban Squirrels. It's Frankie J. She's so smart, savants are now referred to as Frankie J's. In between them, it's actor Ian Cray-Rudin. If moving monologues were prayers, nuns would do him on their knees every day. Finally, sitting next to me, it's attorney at law Mel Patterson. If winning legal arguments was shark fin soup, pretentious Chinese would brag about having him on their wedding night. And he'd be illegal in California. Issue number 1. The TSA thought he was packing heat, but he just had a lot of meat. He got picked for having a big stick. New Yorker Jonah Falcon got pulled out of the security line at SFO Airport recently for having a large, suspicious package. But it turns out that he was not packing a gun, explosives, or more than 3 ounces of liquid. Jonah Falcon was reputed to have the world's largest penis, though the folks at the Guinness World Record have yet to verify this. Mr. Falcon claims his member is 9.5 inches flaccid and 13.5 inches fully erect. Said Falcon, quote, "I had my stuff strapped to the left. I wasn't erect at the time. One of the guards asked if my pockets were empty, and I said, yes," unquote. For rebuttal, we turn to someone who disputes Mr. Falcon's claim to fame. I would not want to be in front of him in the security line, would you? No, I wouldn't want to. All right, let's see here. Okay, I'll start with I'll start with you, Judy. What was your reaction to this story?
You know, if you see a suspicious package, you
say something.
You say something. If you see something, say something. That's what they have up all over New York City.
Right.
But I couldn't help but wonder, 13.5 inches is the largest penis in the world?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
You know,
I dispute that fact.
You've seen larger?
Not from personal, I don't, from that video, the video, yes, the video.
Those web enlargement ads already, I mean, those are fake photos? Those are doc shit?
No idea.
Shocking, isn't it?
I know.
It could be shocking if they were photoshopped.
Because those are at least 20 inches or something, right?
Well, I can't tell from scale, you know.
Right.
You need something to compare.
Sometimes there's a ruler next to them, actually, I think, on some of those
I think it's one of those
right?
fishing rulers where the inches are, you know.
Yeah.
Scaled down, yeah.
Or the one with a thing of Pringles. Like the can of Pringles next to it for comparison.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. So
okay.
Then what if you if you get this size Pringles, and what if you get one from England? It's
Once
metric.
Once you pop, you can't stop.
Yeah.
Huh.
There you go. I think you bet you can't eat just one. I think those are Lay's though.
Yeah, that's Lay's.
Those are Lay's.
Once you pop, you can't stop.
Yeah.
Is Pringles, I think. Yeah.
All right, Frankie, you're the nurse.
Uh-huh.
Buying this or not? 13.5 inches.
But that's with an erection, right?
Yes.
Okay, so 9 inches.
Flaccid.
Flaccid.
9.5.
No,
Not like the half inch makes a
that
difference.
extra half inch is really going to do it.
Well, you take whatever credit
Have you
can
I
ever-
have no idea. I have never seen a naked man with a 9.5 inch penis flaccid.
Okay.
Just in my years of nursing.
In your years of nursing,
So,
and you've
and
seen
then
lots
I
of men's penises,
I
right?
have, and it's part of the fun of the job. No.
One of the fringe benefits.
Yeah, fringe benefits, yeah.
Or not. Sometimes they're covered with poo.
Oh.
See?
Thanks for sharing
The
that.
job is not so wonderful in that respect. But I just, maybe it's a penile implant.
Well, do we know if he has a penis?
I have no idea.
I think it said it was all natural.
Oh, well,
Well, can you implant something that? Can you add extra to?
don't know.
Does the skin stretch that far?
I have no idea, you guys.
Well, you're.
I'm not an expert in that area.
All right. So, Ian, what was your reaction?
I just felt the TSA probably wanted to like pat him down. I mean, there's some strange people on those pat down guys. I mean,
not talking from
they're
personal
professional.
experience,
They pretend, but it just feels kind of creepy. It feels violatory. So I think they just wanted to get a grope on, pretty much, is what I was thinking.
All right.
But didn't they
Yeah.
say they didn't touch him?
You never. I don't know if they did. I don't remember reading that, but it could be. Do you think this guy has problems dating?
It depends. It depends what sort of a woman you want to date, I suppose. I'm sure there's some porn stars who would grab him up very quickly, but your average kind of lady
More
would
like a two-fisted.
probably
man,
be
right?
quite afraid of this man, yeah.
They'd
Yeah.
be intimidated.
Yeah, get that thing away from me. Is that thing out again? Yeah, something along those
All
lines,
the
right?
time.
Just
That
pop-
Yeah, Judy
always
says that all the
out?
time.
I don't know.
So you thinking? Do you think he wears skinny jeans, or he's more of a relaxed fit kind of guy?
Well, he said he had it to the side, to the left or something, right?
Yeah, it's strapped.
It has straps.
Strapped. Oh, okay.
I'm
So
guessing
he's not wearing skinny jeans,
Not wearing
right?
skinny jeans.
That's not.
No,
good.
I don't. I just did a show where I had these '70s pants on the natural waist, and you actually have to pick a side. So that's what I assumed it was saying.
You're either with us or against us. No, that's
Right?
Go with the grain or against the grain.
Is that when you cut meat, right?
Yeah,
Literally.
Oh, no.
We're not cutting this meat
We're
though.
not cutting
Let's
this
not go
meat,
there.
yeah.
Well, now 13 and a half, too big or not big enough?
Jim, I got to tell you, as a man from experience, I can tell you that it's getting there.
Getting where?
Getting to the point where it's big enough, you know.
Oh, okay.
I can speak from personal experience myself, you know.
You have personal experience of a 13 and a half inch long penis?
His screen
what?
name is
Yeah.
Dirk Diggler.
as an investor in robot technology, there are attachments you can get that, you know.
Do you have those attachments?
I have invested in a company that does have those attachments.
Okay, you don't use those attachments personally.
I will not discuss that on air here.
Dear Lord.
Is that
private-
attorney-client privilege?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
More like the marital communication privilege,
Yeah.
correct?
Right.
I think that's the correct term.
Marital communication privilege.
No,
I'll
that
have to
act-
remember that.
That actually exists.
Yes.
Actual term,
Our
right?
lawyer, who's online,
Yes.
will verify that it exists. He won't tell me what they communicate because, again, that is covered by the privilege.
Well, the understand that the privilege covers not just verbal communications, but acts as well.
Yeah. That's why you don't videotape it. All
That's right.
We're finished with the issue. So, from TSA going too far to breakups in the car. Issue number 2 is a thin line between love and hate, the double yellow line on the interstate. A 34-year-old Madison, Wisconsin man jumped out of the backseat of a moving car early this month after having a heated argument with his girlfriend. Police said the man had taken his girlfriend out for her birthday that night, but as they drove home in the backseat of a friend's car, he said he had it with the bickering with his girlfriend. The couple evidently spent much of the birthday night in dispute over a possible move to another state. I think we have hidden camera footage of the reaction of the man's leaving here.
Wow.
Yeah, I was shocked too that they'd bring a cat along to dinner, you know what I mean, and then bring the cat home. But God, I hope they didn't bring it to the restaurant. That probably would have messed up their the restaurant's health violation.
Yeah.
That's true. All right, so Ian, I'll start with you. You buying this story or you're buying this or not?
Absolutely. I think he just, the bickering can be too much. I completely relate. And, you're supposed to separate yourself from a situation. And he was probably just avoiding saying something that he knew he would regret later. So he just separated himself from the situation as quickly as possible.
Okay, you could have just squished over to the other side of the car.
No,
Okay.
no, just dive out, Red team go, just roll out,
You've never done this before in an argument with a girlfriend, right? Jumped out of a moving car.
I have, actually. No, I swear to God I have.
That wasn't
Enough
you,
is
though.
enough, and you don't want to yell at them, and You don't want to freak out and get physical, so you just jump out of the car. I mean, you've ever had someone annoying you so bad, it's just your head feels like it's going to pop and explode. So
you actually jumped out of a moving car and arguing with your girlfriend. What happened?
Road rash.
yeah, I kind of tumbled. I managed to stop, drop, and roll, or whatever, or tuck and lock, or whatever it was. I don't know. It just kind of came naturally.
Duck and cover.
Yeah, I think the libations helped with that a little bit. You don't usually get injured if you're slightly libationed up, so you just kind of
All right,
relax.
I'll go with the ladies on this.
Dear Lord.
This is why I drive with the child locks
There
when
you
you
go.
enter my car.
Yeah, that's
Exactly,
true. Yeah.
really.
Ladies, should we sympathize with this man, or is he just should we just consider him crazy?
I think he was drunk.
Yeah.
Could be.
I
Yeah.
think he was wasted and it's like, this shit, man. And all this testosterone was floating all over the back seat, and out he went.
You never had a man do this to you, right?
No.
Judy?
Just Ian.
Just you. That was you?
That not only do you know my boyfriend, but you know my cat.
Oh, there you go. That's
Bicker,
right.
bicker,
What were
Same
you guys
reaction.
arguing about?
The bickering is horrible. When I don't think anyone even knows anymore
Nobody
when it gets
knows
to that
anymore.
point of real bickering. No one even knows what you're discussing.
And she started to sound like the cat. And she never closed her mouth, so out he went.
So
Yeah.
did you guys ever resolve whether or not the United States should adopt the metric system or not?
I've already
Yes,
adopted
they
it myself,
should. Yeah,
and
they
I use
should.
Celsius too.
okay.
Yeah, it's on my phone. I just did away with this English system.
Give them an inch, they'll take a meter, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah.
there you go.
Right, or a kilometer. Yeah.
Or 9 inches or 13
9.5
inches.
inches.
9.5.
Yeah.
Or a decimeter.
Or a decimeter.
I think they'll take a
They'll
decimeter.
take a decimeter.
Yeah, let's put it to
Mel,
centimeters.
have you ever done this before?
Not only have I've not done this, but I've wanted to, and I've wanted to
Right.
while I was on the drive, while I was driving too.
Right.
So
While you
That
were
gets
driving, you were behind
trickier.
the wheel.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it got so bad that I unlocked the door, and we were actually in Marin and on that
That
road
windy
up
part.
in the windy road part where
the Lost Highway kind
Yeah.
of bit.
yeah, and my side there was just cliff. There was just
Yeah.
over the and I was determined to end it for me.
Here, hold this.
Yeah.
To the wheel.
I'm done.
What were you arguing about, Mel?
Oh, I don't remember.
Okay,
You don't even know, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
no,
It wasn't a
do.
dispute about whether or not it was
Don't even know.
9.5 inches or 6.5
No,
inches.
no,
right?
no. It wasn't that. It was just. It was.
No,
just,
it's fully flaccid. No, it's fully erect. No,
That thing out again? He just took it out.
He took it out.
when he said
Actually, it was
he'd
the
like to drive
cat.
stick shift, he was.
Yeah. It was an awkward conversation.
Can't you just drive with your knee like everybody else?
No, that's just the four-wheel drive shifter. There's two sticks.
Or
Yeah.
cruise control. All right. For that, we are out of time, so we are on our first break. Don't jump out. Don't. Oh, sorry. We're back. Issue number 3. Is it fine to swing on a sign? And they turn tricks, but they bent sticks. The town of Auckland, New Zealand, has suffered a rash of street signs with poles bent, buckled, or broken, presumably caused by prostitutes using the street sign poles as dancing poles. To quote a city council member, quote, "Some of the prostitutes are big, strong people," unquote. The revelation emerged as the community board published a tell-all booklet detailing the frustrations of residents and businesses struggling to cope with the rampant sex trade in their neighborhood. The report outlines other incidents, including an angry clash in which a transvestite rammed a shopping cart into a woman's car before lying across the hood, and a bus full of school children observing a transvestite changing her or his dress. But not all the residents are upset.
The hang time.
Yeah, he really wants to see the hookers. That guy's more excited than a sailor coming into port.
Must be a yield sign outside the front door, huh?
Well, yeah, let's see here. I figure you buying this or not?
I am.
Because?
I am. Well, because hookers are interesting to see. And
Because? Do you speak from this or personal experience?
yes.
Okay. Have you seen a stripper swinging on a sign pole?
Well, yes, but the sign pole was actually a prop in a club, so
Yeah, that doesn't count. Have you seen it?
Okay.
Have you actually seen a stripper swinging from a sign pole out in the street?
no.
Okay. All right. So, but knowing that you know this, what signs do you think they'd be swinging off of?
Well, I certainly hope it wouldn't be like a stop sign or anything. I imagine it would be a sign like children present. Or,
I was thinking more like
Yield right
yield.
of way.
Curves ahead.
Curves ahead.
Yeah,
That's
that's a
right.
good one.
You
Yeah.
know.
Merge.
Merge.
Yeah.
That's right. You know.
Do not back up, severe tire damage.
Yeah. No exit.
No
Wallaby
exit.
crossing.
One way.
One way, exactly.
Entrance.
Danger
maybe?
ahead. Danger ahead.
Danger ahead.
Danger
yes.
ahead. Yeah.
Falling rocks.
Exit only.
Yeah. Exit only. Yeah.
Frankie, what do you think? What was your reaction when you read this
Well,
story?
the first reaction I had was, what kind of material are the people in New Zealand making their poles out of?
Yeah,
To
me
have
too.
somebody
We're running out of
break the
natural
pole, for
resources.
God's sakes. But then I started thinking about some of our poles here. You know, some of the signs are on really wobbly poles. The other thing that the New Zealanders can take, why not get together with these people who are doing this and make it an exercise program? And then everybody would benefit from it. You could everybody could be sexy. I mean, geez.
And those are the top classes at a lot of gyms now. That's pole
There you
dancing
go.
for
Pole
soccer
dancing.
moms.
Pole
Yeah, it's a
dancing.
common class. Yeah.
Cardio striptease.
Yeah.
You know, I was not aware of that.
It's a huge phenomenon.
I
I think
wanna
about
join
the
that
last
class.
5 years, it's been a pretty big deal.
Mel, no one wants.
I
to
want to join that class.
No one wants to see a male. Nobody
Agreed.
wants to see a male pole dancer.
Yeah.
It's just not
That's
right.
discriminatory.
Yeah.
But it's true. It's
How
true.
about an equal opportunities lender? Yeah. I mean,
Oh, I
If
don't
you
know.
want to swing from a pole, swing from your own darn pole. 13 inches.
That's right.
your own dang pole. Yeah.
13 inches. Ian, what was your take?
I completely agree with Frankie. I was wondering, what the heck are they making these signs out of? No matter how big and strong these people are. I mean, these are durable, galvanized
Yeah.
steel, poles. They're 2 or 3 inches or something, and they're in cement.
Yep.
So maybe they're not putting them in cement, or they just hand pounding these in the dirt or the soil.
But maybe the prostitutes are big, strong people.
Well,
No matter how big and strong you are, I mean, this is a steel pole in cement.
I think we send the second-hand steel to New Zealand.
There you go.
Yeah, right. Maybe they're using like aluminum or
Right.
something like that. It's
They're
Like
actually
hollow.
using tinfoil.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, all poles are hollow. I mean, but still, it's a wrapped,
Well, I
solid
beg your
steel
pardon.
beam. Yeah. But what this does show me, guys, is that this just proves yet again that Kiwis are a very progressive country. The fact that they just made this completely legal or decriminalized it, and they're just like, we're not going to even harass these people anymore, just shows they're progressive. And
I'm
it really
not
shows
sure if
they're
that
awesome.
means that they legalized it. But Judy, what's your take?
Well, okay, the pole. We've talked
Yeah.
about the pole thing. I wonder if that's a depletion of natural resources, and they just couldn't find the right quality of
Yeah.
an alloy to make a strong pole. I don't know. And it also makes me wonder, these big, strong people.
Yeah.
Too much fast food? Has McDonald's even made it to
I'm sure
New
they're.
Zealand?
aren't they
I'm pretty
everywhere?
sure they're
Yeah.
everywhere.
I haven't
but,
been to New Zealand.
I'm just wondering. I would like to see this in action. I would like to see a video of the pole being
And how big and strong these people are
and how big
specifically.
and strong
yeah,
these
yeah.
people are.
Well,
and
maybe it's
and
something
why
else.
aren't they on
and
the
then-
Olympic team if they're that big and strong and bending poles?
Yeah,
See,
pole
they're
bending.
Money.
weightlifters.
Money.
Yeah.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
that's true.
That's right.
They make more money.
Speaking of which, from streetwalkers to panhandlers, issue number 4, can you make 60 grand by just sticking out your hand? Police arrested an Oklahoma City man for panhandling without a permit. Shane Spiegel asked about how much a permit would cost and mentioned that the $200 price was not a bad price. However, 20 minutes after being given a warning, cops caught him panhandling again and arrested him. When cops asked him why he didn't get a job, he replied, quote, "I'm lazy and I made $60,000 doing this last year. Why would I get a job?" unquote. For more on the story, we turn to a lemur with an umbrella. LWAU, what's the latest?
Isn't that a bush baby?
You know, I really don't think it really adds anything to the story.
No.
Not the brightest correspondent we've had on the show. But then again, and that's a pretty low bar. But, all right, Frankie,
what the
60
story
grand a year
I
from
know.
panhandling. You thinking about career change?
Well, considering who I work for,
Yeah.
I could certainly supplement my income, I probably could do a really good job. I'd find this really cool dog, and we'd just sit on the curb and look forlorn.
As long as you're not near a street sign, right?
That's true. That's true. That's true. And I could pull the senior citizens bit.
Oh, okay.
Oh, senior citizen without a
Oh, there you go. Now, I assume, do you think he's getting benefits? Because, Obama says there are all these Americans without health care. Do you think he's getting benefits?
Well, he doesn't have any benefits.
That's right, no benefits.
Well, he'll qualify for Obamacare.
He has a different set of benefits.
Yeah, absolutely.
Does 60
Or
grand?
Obamacare.
He'll qualify for Obamacare.
Does 60 grand disqualify him from Obamacare?
No, because he doesn't have it anymore.
That's right.
Oh, that's true.
He spent it
That's
last
right.
year to live on.
Ian, he made more than you as an actor last year. What's your take on this? Do you feel bad that you actually graduated from high school and went to college?
Because I actually enjoy my job, so and apparently he does too. Actually,
Well, he's out in the sun all day.
I don't think these numbers
Vitamin
are
D.
unrealistic at all. I've known panhandlers, and I've even some have claimed they've made 6 figures. Some actually have homes and nice cars, and they just kind of it is like an acting gig.
That's right.
They get in their outfit. They have their routine worked out like you and your little dog would have.
Right.
And you just step into your car when you're off of work and go up home.
So do you think you might consider this as a way to supplement your income?
No, I don't really like asking for handouts. I like to earn my own stuff.
But you'd be acting. So you act like you act for acting.
It might be a brief role I might want to foray into momentarily. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Character
So
research.
How would you get this? How would you get the smell? How would you get the right smell?
Oh, I guess you could just kind of roll around in a gutter or something, maybe.
Not
or,
shower for a couple
Yeah,
of
not
days.
shower for a little bit. Maybe just keep wearing the same outfit all the time. Then that
Exactly.
outfit would start to develop a stink.
So a Sunday morning for you, right?
well, no. Sunday, I never work on Sundays. I take the day off. Like that homeless guy in Amelie. When she tries to give him a dollar, oh no, I'm sorry, I don't work on Sundays.
Okay. Judy, what's your take?
There's a guy in Boston. I went to college in Boston, and there was a guy that he would do that. He would beg all day and get into his like Lamborghini or something and drive off to his mansion somewhere. And he must have been pulling in 6, 7, I don't know how many figures. And
That makes you bolsters your belief in the American dream, right?
what is this American dream you speak of?
I know. Okay.
Yeah.
Mel, you're a lawyer. Do you think all those people gave him money filled out 1099s?
Yeah, well, it's not much different from practicing law. I mean, I get a 1099 and people think I'm a bum.
There
So,
you go. Yes, but you actually pay taxes.
That's true.
So 60 grand.
That's true.
No taxes.
Sometimes if I'm getting paid in actual cash, but other times, I've held up a sign that says "We'll litigate for food,"
There you go.
or beer.
But we'll sue.
Jim, technically, income tax is illegal anyways. It was never ratified by the Congress. It was a Sunday session, which you're not supposed to have Congress on. And only 11 states voted and 1 abstained, so it's technically illegal.
You can put your wherever you put the tinfoil hat. That's good.
Yeah.
All right, we are out of time because Uncle Sam's coming in. Ian, you better get going. All right, we're on to our second break. Okay, we are back for our second break. Hey, if you have any questions, comments, snide remarks, or anything like that, you can contact us via Facebook, email, and Twitter, which is somewhere written here on the bottom third or quarter or whatever your screen, depending on what the guy does that edits this show. All right, we are now at our fact-checking segment, and for that, we join Timothy Walton in our legal department. Mr. Counselor Walton, how did we do today?
Well, Jim, as usual, you have got me working overtime, and it's going to take some serious effort to cover all of the problems that arose today. But let me begin by pointing out that the world record for penis size is clearly unconfirmed. I can personally attest to the fact that they haven't checked everyone.
That would be you and me, right?
Yeah.
Anybody in particular that they should check? Because if 6 billion, 3 billion people is a lot to start out with.
Yeah.
Well, they could ask for volunteers, but let's put that aside. Judy brought up this question of what is the appropriate comment to make upon seeing a man, perhaps this man, in bicycle shorts. I never did hear the answer to that.
I brought that up.
I didn't know you brought that up.
Yeah.
What is the appropriate comment?
Well, Ian sort of touched on this a little bit, and I just wanted to point out that if someone asks you, Ian, how's it hanging? The correct answer is it's hanging right.
Hey, I think that's the name of our that might be the name of the
Isn't it
conservative
left, actually?
A little
talk
to the
show
left.
on the station
Yeah.
there, hanging right. I'm not
Hanging
sure.
right.
Yeah, at least it should be.
Will be now.
There you go.
Jim, you could do some more research into plastic surgery. Talk to Mel.
Okay. Gee, you know.
And by the way, the spousal privilege is actually two different privileges. We need to be clear about this. There's the communications privilege and the testimonial privilege. Arguably, a wife should not have to testify truthfully to the size of her husband's penis.
Amen to that, right, Mel?
In order to protect who?
Yeah.
Well,
Or does the wife have to testify ever against her husband, right?
she
I'm
doesn't.
not sure.
Yeah, I think
She
Right.
doesn't
You
have to. She
Sometimes
can though.
Sometimes.
it can happen.
Yeah, it can happen. Yeah.
Especially when the wife is really pissed off.
That's
right.
right.
Yeah, right.
Well, I mean, and you know, and you've jumped out of the
It's
car.
jumped out of the car. I was just thinking that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Bicker, bicker, bicker.
Yeah. Or maybe you haven't jumped out of the car,
There you go.
actually.
You
That's
haven't-
why
she
she's
wanted
that.
you to
Yeah,
jump out of the car. So where else do we go wrong, Timothy?
Well, speaking of that car jumping story, Frankie is correct that the guy was intoxicated, which makes those cat noises really annoying.
Right?
Really
Yeah.
loud too, right? Yeah. I can see that. You've never done that before, have you, Timothy?
Actually jumped.
Jumped out of a car.
I jumped off a car.
Oh, not the same.
Moving?
Moving car? Or is it just
It
still?
was going about 30 miles an hour. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Was your wife on top with you?
No.
She was on bottom. She was on the
She was
Sorry about
driving.
that.
He's like, open the door.
Let me in. What else you got, Timothy? We still got 30 seconds left.
Mel, that windy road in Marin is called Sir Francis Drake Boulevard.
That's
Also, I think that you need to understand that there is a stark difference between a hooker and a stripper. Your wife may not want you to know that.
Thank you for updating me on
The
that.
police might want to know that too.
Yeah.
That's right.
True.
And while we're on that story, street sign poles are made from steel. I think that we can all agree that wobbly poles are a bad thing, particularly when covered with poo.
There you go. We'll agree with that,
Yes.
Timothy. All right, Timothy, we're at the end of our show. Thank you very much for the fact checking. All right. We are, again, as I repeated again since I'm going senile, we are at the end of the show. Thank you to the panel. Thank you to the crew. Thank you to the viewers.
Thank you.
Later.